Well, good evening, guys. I'm starting a totally new live stream setup here, so I'm going to give some time for folks to jump on and get rolling. It messed up this evening, so bear that in mind. Apologies for all of that. Let me get some other things squared away, and we'll get started. Dennis, it's good to see you, man. And Dingus, welcome, guys. Hope y'all are having a good Sunday evening. So I'm opening up a special treat, and it has a purpose. A special treat this evening, a special smoke. So what I have here is a tin of it's a capstan container, capstan tin, but it is a tin of McClellan's. You can see that 2005 Christmas cheer. So there's a reason why I'm opening this up, and I'm going to get into that a little later. I'm going to try to get my mic a little bit closer to me. There we are. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Evening, guys. Jason, picking and piping. It's good to see you too. All right, so I'm going to get this loaded, and then we'll get a bit more started for this evening. And let us know what you're smoking as well. Greg, it's good to see you. Of course, I say see you. It's good to see y'all's names online. You know how it goes. Now, for folks watching this later, my plan is to read out questions or comments that are like noteworthy, and that way, in case you usually don't see them, they'll be available for you. Well, I'm glad you did, Robert. I'm glad you made it to this one. Bradley, you're not far from me. You know, with all things considered, for Texas, you're not far from me. Man, I'm having issues getting this open. There we are. All right. So, guys, I have this tin of 2005 Christmas cheer here. Right there. Smells quite lovely. So, I was given this by a viewer, Ryan Barnes. He sent me this like a year ago. And it's just a sample. You know, this is it's a capstan tin. And he sent me, this is probably like half an ounce, 3/4 of an ounce, something like that. But I've been saving it. I haven't opened it. I put it in this vacuum seal bag, and I vacuum sealed it. So I'm going to give it a go. What are you guys smoking? Dennis, you're smoking some Lane 11Q. Man, that is a easy aromatic. That's just it's always pleasing. I guess I'll say it that way. It's always pleasing. I don't smoke lane 1Q that often, but it's really dependable. Rivendell, I love me some Rivendell. That's a good one. Balkan mixture from McBaron. I have not had their Balkan mixture. Ooh, Scudo is a good one, and then Boswell. Boswell's very nice. Very nice, guys. See here. Okay. Yeah, Matthew, I'll tell you, I'll probably never have much more Christmas cheer unless a friend gives me some. So don't this is quite a treat, I'll have to say. Just another Piper, you have some Stockton this evening. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna be well, I'll get to that in a minute. All right, so let me load this. Now, I had a couple of things come in this week or over the past couple weeks. I need to mention them before I get off track. So Wisconsin Woodsman, if you're in the YTPC, you know who Wisconsin Woodsman is, probably. He's around. He doesn't make content, but he's always faithful. He's always watching and other things. And he's been around for a while on my channel, and we've struck up conversations. His name's Dan, by the way. And Dan made me this valet right here, which is really nice of him to do so. I'm really grateful. Just superb. It's great. And then Back Porch Briars, which is right here. I got here. So check him out. Back Porch Briars. He makes briars. One of his or no, not that one. But he makes pipes, briar pipes, and he does leather work as well. And he sent me a collapsible buttoning valet as well. So, I'm really appreciative of both of them for sending me those things. All right. So let me get my pipe start lit here and I'll get started. I don't want to take up too much time. So I'm not doing a super good job on loading this pipe. What I need to do is probably load some. I should have done this probably live stream. By the way, for those of y'all jumping on, I did have a live stream set up, scheduled, but it messed up. I don't know how. It wouldn't let me jump on. So next time, I'm probably just going to say, hey, 8 o'clock, be there or be around my channel, and I'll throw up a live stream and y'all just catch on. So hopefully that won't happen again. Cascadian Piper says those trays make a real difference in saving extra bits of tobacco. Just got one a few months ago. Yeah, they do. I've been wanting one for quite some time, and I never picked one up. I've kind of waited and around, and finally these guys. I made a comment not long ago, and these two guys they heard my comment and they sent a couple my way. It was really nice of them. So I have one to travel with and have one that'll stay here. Where's my tamper? I'll use this one. All right, guys. So I'm going to first get into the 5 top tobacco blends for 2021 of mine, and then we'll jump into Q&A and anything else that wants to, that comes up in our conversation. I don't even know why I lit the pipe because I'm probably going to have it go out on me the whole time. So the 5 blends I wanted to show, bear this in mind. Some are released this year or they're re-released this year, and some were ones blends I've tried. They've been around for a while, but this was the first year I tried them. So kind of both avenues are going into play here. All right. So some they've been around for a while, and some are re-released this year. All right. So let me light this up one more time. We'll get going. All right. So the first blend I want to touch on. Most of these are not in order. This one kind of is. So this year, one thing that's kind of changed over time is I've drifted away from English blends. The only true English blend I constantly smoke, almost daily, if not every other day, is GOP's Chelsea Morning, one of my beloved blends. I mention it all the time. So this one is my top English blend, and I don't know if it would fit in my true top 5 tobaccos of this year, but I want to put it in my top 5 on the video, and that is Maltese Falcon. Maltese Falcon by GOP's. GOP's blend, which I'm a fan of GOP's, and a lot of you are fans of Maltese Falcon. Maltese Falcon is it's a medium English blend, and there are a lot of those on the market. And I guess I've kind of been they've grown to be monotonous to me, right? So they just seem similar. Some are higher quality, some are not. But Maltese Falcon, it has a quality that GOP's is known for. I love that. But it has, and I made this comment in my review of it, and I did do a review. If you haven't seen it, you can check my tobacco reviews playlist and you'll find it. So it has this ginger ale note to it, which sounds weird. And others I mention it. It has this ginger ale-ish note to it, and I really enjoy it. So it is distinct enough that it made my top 5 of new English blends I've tried this year. So did make my top 5. This year I'm just drifting away from English blends, but this would be one I really recommend. I definitely encourage you guys to try it. Yeah, one other thing I want to mention about this, it's easy to get. I mean, rarely is it out of stock, and that is one plus about if you're wanting to build up your tobacco stock, your cellar, what have you, and go for the blends that are easy to get. Uh, Kind of a little spoiler, I'm gonna have one blend in here that's not easy to get, but or maybe two, but overall, I chase blends that are easy to get. Nice to hear you got some in, Jason. Matthew, you plan on getting some? Keith Bloom asks, "Isn't that after the deeming date blend?" Um, Keith, you may explain further, man. What do you mean by that? So let me go over my second blend. This was one of my favorite Virginia Perique blends of 2021. That's Hearth and Home's Vitrati. All right, so this was a blend I was waiting to try for quite some time. Uh, I heard a lot about it, and finally picked. I purchased some, I think, last year. I just had it sitting in my cellar, and so finally I had a chance to review it, and I almost blew through the whole 10, and so I bought 4 more. And Marcel, I have not tried Warhorse Green. I want to. That's one that's kind of on the list to try soon. So the Prati, I did review it, so you can check that out as well. It's a stronger vapor. So there's some vapors that are not strong. They have that perique notes and character. I'm trying to think of an example at the moment. Like Stonehenge Flake is a vapor. It's a Virginia Burley. It has perique. The perique's not blowing out of the water. Uh, for Prati is a bit more on the high side of strength, of the perique. So it's not gonna mess you up, but it's evident. And the Virginias themselves are quality and great, like an anniversary cake. I think is the basis of it. So uh, Hearth and Home's anniversary cake is kind of seen as this high quality red Virginia that is similar-ish to um, excuse me, similar to McClellan's Virginia. You know, some people say that. Well, I think it is the basis of this blend. So it has that. It has great Perique, and then it has just a smidge of Kentucky and Black Cavendish to really give it an extra distinction. And I call it sweet dirt when uh, when I reviewed it. But the Black Cavendish kind of takes the edges off the blend, and that Kentucky adds just an extra earth and strength to it. So it reminds me of Penny Farthing, and I love Penny Farthing, GOP's blend, but I think I actually have this better because it doesn't have so many rough edges. So I definitely recommend for Prati. Easy to get as well. Usually, I don't think I see it out of stock so often. So definitely keep your eye open for that one. If you're a Virginia Perique lover, you gotta pick a 10 up and try it. Oh, sorry, Keith. Okay, that makes sense. So, isn't Maltese Falcon a blend after the FDA deeming regulations? Mm, I don't believe so, but I don't quote me on that. I don't think it is. Yeah, Keith says I'm worried we will lose blends that come after the deeming regulation or the due date due to strict regulations. Yeah, man, that is that's a tough situation, isn't it? We don't know the future, and it's hard to decide how much you want to take that into consideration when you're building up your cellar. I say I don't, or I'll tell you I don't at the moment, but I don't know maybe as much detail as some others do. But at the moment, uh, yeah, I don't take into consideration too much. And most of my blends, I believe that I really really love come before the deeming regular or that due date. So take that for what you will. All right, so let's get on to number three. Number three, I want to say is a tough one to get. I think it may come back into stock. I have a feeling it will. It's going to be a re-release. Real quick, 37 Geese says Maltese Falcon was introduced in 2008. So there you go. That's before the deeming date, and I'm pretty sure. I need to be cautious on what I say. I'm pretty confident that's before the deeming date, so we should be fine there. That meaning you should be able to stock up. I don't think that would be a blend that will go away anytime soon. So this next blend was a re-release for this year, and that is McBaron Stockton. Now I talked a bit about this. I had a couple videos about finding a replacement for Stockton because someone sent me some. I loved it, and then I was looking for replacements. I really couldn't find a good replacement for it, uh, and then Old Carolina Pipe Cottage sent me some, and Alan from Old Carolina Pipe Cottage, and I was really pleased. And I have enough to satisfy me. I don't eat it all the time. Eat it. I don't smoke it all the time. And but it is if I could just really quickly give you my thoughts on Stockton, I would just say it is like having in your bowl a campfire with s'mores or s'mores at a campfire. That's what it tastes like to me. My wife loves the room note of it, and hey, what that is a bonus for us. So, uh, yeah, I don't know how easy it is for you to get Stockton. I do think it's going to come back. I think it was popular enough. They had it out before in past year or years, so I do think it's going to come back. And it's more of just wait and see. And when you do see it come out, grab yourself some. It'll be worth it. Stockton is a cozy blend. So for those of you who maybe you've tried Kentucky blends like Dark Fire Kentucky, Old Dark Fire by Nick Barron, and maybe you're worried about the nicotine content. The one thing I love about Stockton is the nicotine content's maybe medium. I never had an issue with the nicotine hit. So it has enough Kentucky to really get that taste going, but it's not heavy enough where it's gonna make you feel nauseous or like you need to have a meal beforehand. So Robert Pavla says, "What's a good amount to have saved up? 100 ounces? What's a good amount to save up? That's probably a question that doesn't have one answer, Robert. Kind of depends on how much you smoke. It depends on your financial situation. Um, yeah, you can't answer that, unfortunately. I know we like to have those things answered, but it really depends. Um, I'm trying to have in my mind 100 ounces. I probably have, I don't know, I probably have 400 or 500 ounces stocked up at the moment, I think. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Maybe not that much. 300 ounces. I don't know. I never thought of it as ounces. But you get what you can, man, and just stay within your financial means. Don't go over. That really is my recommendation when it comes to people cellaring up. I don't have a total doom and gloom look on tobacco right now, and that can easily change. We may lose some of our blends, or maybe there'll be a law where they don't, new ones just are hard to get out. But I have enough tobacco where if I slow down, I could smoke for years to come, probably. But I don't know exactly how much I do have. The deeming, Keith, you mentioned February 15th, 2007 is the deeming regulation effective date. I hope not. Uh, but you might be right on that. I was worried that when I said, "Oh, Maltese Falcon is in the clear," it may not be, and it may not be. All right. So let me get to number 4. Top Tobacco 2021. This one was not released this year. This one's been around for quite some time, but I tried it first this year. This jar was sent to me, and which I'm grateful for the person who sent it, and I forgot. So if you're watching this at some point, please let me know. This is a hard to get blend, and I was almost tempted not to add it in my top 5 because it's hard to get. But Stonehaven by Esoterica. Stonehaven by Esoterica. Oh my goodness. So it's a Virginia Burley, if you're not aware. This year, Virginia Burleys were my favorite type of blend. This is one of my favorite Virginia Burleys I've ever had. It's one of the most unique blends I've had. It is a Virginia Burley, and it tastes like a Virginia Burley blend, but it has like this dark chocolate note. It's one of the coolest smoking blends I've ever smoked, especially as a Virginia Burley. You can smoke cool blends that are English blends, but it's not expected so much in this category. I love it. I don't smoke it much, but I began smoking this year. I smoke about a bowl maybe once a month. Eventually, I want to cover it in a review, but I need to get my taste buds onto it a bit more before I feel comfortable doing that. And so yeah, I know it's hard to get, so I almost was hesitant to even putting it on this list, but man, it is such a wonderful blend. So Stonehaven by Esoterica. It's part of the trinity of the Esoterica blends that everyone loves. Stonehaven. Oh man, now my mind's blanking. Penzance and what's the third one? There's a third Esoterica blend that's really popular, and my mind's blanking on it. So you can probably fill it in if you're watching. Just another pipe smoker. How does Stonehaven compare to Tilbury? That is a great question. I just Peace Haven. Okay, Bradley. Still, you mentioned Peace Haven. That's the other one. That's the other the trinity of esoterical blends that are popular. Peace Haven's the other one. Um, how does Stonehaven compare to Tilbury? That's a great question. I'm waiting to find that out. So I have an 8-ounce bag I scored from Country Squire of Tilbury, and I also scored an 8-ounce bag of Dorchester from Country Squire recently too. But I'm wanting to compare Tilbury to Stonehaven, and I will be sure to cover that when I do a review. I'll probably do a review of Tilbury before I do a review of Stonehaven because I can smoke more of the Tilbury. Conrad and Soda Bed, and Soda Bed is popular, no doubt. Um, that one seems to be a really beloved one. I think Peacehaven, Stonehaven, and Penzance are the 3 most purchased ones. Someone told, I think John David Cole mentioned that. So that's why I mentioned like they're the trinity of esoteric blends. Keith, you mentioned you're paying higher taxes on cigars and tobacco this last few years. All the more reason to sell it. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Fortunately, Texas is not horrible, but you know, I expect taxes will probably go up, no doubt. And cellaring does make sense because of that. It's good to know the pipe smoker. Tilbury's lighter on Burley than Stovehaven, but Tilbury is a great vapor blend also. Yeah, I think I read that as well. Someone mentioned that it's kind of lighter on the Burley side of things, but it's good in its own right. And I'm looking forward to trying it. I'm trying not to open so many tobaccos right now, and smoke or give away some other stuff. All right. So there's a reason why, if you're just joining, I'm currently smoking a bowl of 2005 McClellan Christmas Cheer. I thought, hey, it's a special time doing a live stream in December around Christmas, but also I made quite a bold statement when I did my tobaccoreviews.com review of a blend and compared it to Christmas Cheer by McClelland. And I wanted to smoke yet again Christmas Cheer to make that comparison. So my top 5 blend of 2021, the last one to mention is Kringle Flake 2021 by Sutliff. All right, so Kringle 2021 by Sutliff. Now, real quick, let me just say, I know this is a vapor perique and Christmas Cheers of Virginia. I understand that. I'm really trying to nail down and kind of peel to the side the Virginias of the blend, the red Virginias, which are aged. And if you try to separate those, I have to say there's some similarities, not the same, not exact replica, but similarities to Christmas Cheer, which I'm smoking right now. So I've been smoking this. I'm almost out of a tin of this, and occasionally I will put a bowl of Christmas Cheer together because I had some extra. Yeah, I'm going to stand by my comment. It's it has that vinegary note that's what made McClellan loved. Not the only thing that made McClellan Virginia's loved, but that was a distinguishment of Virginia's of McClellan is that vinegariness in that age as well. That just had an aged taste, and this batch of Crinkle Flake had that, and 20 years? Yeah, 20 years of grown red Virginias, which are Cavendish, and there's a lot of similarity there. It's fabulous blend. They really nailed it this year. Sutliff did. I hope they stick to this or the 2019 Straight Virginia. I hope they come out with that next year. One of these, but they're fabulous. I'm glad I picked up 410s. I kind of wish I picked up more, but I don't want to be stingy. Fantastic blend. So if you did grab one, maybe you're thinking you'd be better off cellaring it, and I get that. Don't we all think that every blend should be cellared and it'll be better? I'm going to encourage you maybe to open it actually because you're going to enjoy it now. It already has the age, and I think you'll really you'll really enjoy it already. All right, let's see on the comments. Peterson Holiday Season 2011. Very nice, Marcel. I've been meaning to. I've been interested in that. Robert, you didn't really like the crinkle flake, but you love the Sutliff crumble cake. Hey, there you go, man. To each his own. I was quite a fan of the crinkle flake this year. I have to say. Ryan, you got 4 tins yourself. You open one, sell the rest. That's what I'm doing. I'm cellaring the rest. I don't know when I'll open the rest. Uh, Maybe I'll open one every other year or every year. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I just know I'm almost out of this one. Um, yeah, I'm almost out. I don't know how much I have left. So, guys, that is my top 5 blends. Yeah, I recommend all of them. Some of them would fit into my all-time 5, top 5. Stonehaven would fit into my all-time top 5. That's for sure. I don't know if the other ones would. Maybe Kringle Flake. I was really high on the 2021 batch. I think I like it more than the 2019 batch. I have one 2019 left, and I don't think I'll ever open. I don't know when I'll open that. Keith, you smoked a few bowls of Festivus last night. I actually have some too. Someone sent me some. It's not near me, and I don't want to walk away from a live stream and get it. But I actually have some Festivus that was sent to me from. It's a 2020 Festivus, and I'm really a fan of it. That's great. Um, I didn't see Ken Byron have some this year. Maybe you can correct me, Keith, but uh, yeah, I was a fan of it. Robert, you say maybe you just don't like the perique in it. You're still learning what you like and don't like. Hey, there you go, and that's a big part of pipe smoking is what you like and don't like. Here, I want to make a video of this eventually. You brought you made this come to mind, Robert. Here's the deal about tobacco reviews, and I do tobacco reviews, but you almost have to take them for a grain of salt. So I have my opinion. Let's take a good example of how loved by some Haunted Bookshop is. Like Matches 860, loved Haunted Bookshop. I cannot stand that blend. I smoked several bowls and I tried to smoke it and I gave it away and I will never buy a tin of that again. So is it a bad blend? No. Is it the best blend? Well, not to me. So that's the deal about tobacco reviews is they do have a purpose. I do believe that they are a guide, but that's all they are is a guide. Uh, it does come down to preference and taste. Curmudgeon Piper, it's good to see you, brother. I actually didn't try the 2020. I got the 2019. I got a couple of tins. I gave one away. I have another one. No, I got 3 because I have one unopened over here. And then I didn't get last year, and then I got this year. So I'd be interested in eventually trying to get my hands on some 2020. Keith, you said the date on that Festivus was 2021. You wouldn't buy it again, but most Ken Byron blends are great. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Haunted Bookshop just does not do much for me. Marcel is asking, can anyone recommend the Lord of the Rings blends from Just for Him? You tried most of the Country Squire. Yeah, I have tried one from Just for Him, and I can't tell you which one it was, unfortunately. But I'd be curious if someone has an answer to that. Hey, over at the pipe, it's good to see you. So yeah, I'm getting to mid bowl on this Christmas cheer. Again, I don't want to say it's an identical blend, but the Crinkle Flake of 2021 does have some good similarities to Christmas cheer. So take that for what you will. Oh, there's my water. So coming up, I don't know if I'll have any other videos this week. Next week, maybe I'll have a one or two. But with Christmas season, things are, it's Christmas season. Things get a little hectic. But I'm still going through my GLP's blends. I really want to cover all the GLP's blends that are out. That's a goal of mine. Um, and eventually, I want to get them on as an interview. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but man, that's kind of one of the big life goals in the pipe world for me is interview Gregory Peace. But I've kind of a goal is to review all of his blends. Pipe Smoker, you missed some of the top five, the first few top five. Yeah, I'll go over it with you because I know some are just jumping on. First one I hit was Maltese Falcon. It was my best English blend I tried this year. So again, it wasn't released this year, obviously, but it's the blend I tried for the first time this year. It's my favorite English blend. I don't even know if I would put it in my top five of the year, but I felt like I needed to put an English blend in my top five. So this is it. I really do enjoy it. So that was the first one. Then I hit Viplati by Hearth and Homes, one of my favorite vapors overall and of this year especially. So that was the second, I believe. And then I hit Stone Haven for this year. All right. So that was for trying this year. Now, who was it? Pipe Smoker you mentioned was Stonehenge in there. I tried Stonehenge last year. Was it last year? Maybe the year before. And so it is my favorite Virginia Burley blend. It for certainly my favorite. But I tried it last year, so I don't add it into this year's top five. Malcolm's Pipe Shop. It's good to see you on here as well, brother. Uh, Shortcut to Mushrooms. Someone traded me some Shortcut to Mushrooms, and it's from 2015. I have never tried it, but I always heard a lot of good things about it. So I'm interested to see how it tastes. Joshua Cole, brother, it's good to see you on here as well. Yeah, I encourage folks to open the tin of Kringle Flake. Um, I mentioned those top three. The other one I mentioned, I don't know if people caught it, but was Stockton, which was re-released this year. Gosh, I really dig this blend. It's my favorite blend that contains Darkfire Kentucky. So there you are on that one. And then of course Kringle Flake. Well, let me add on this. I didn't have a plan to any more subjects, so feel free to ask any questions um, or bring up any other conversation pieces. But let me add this while I'm thinking of it. So I'm smoking this McClellan Christmas Cheer 2005, and I know if you go online, and this may offend some of you if you sell stuff on eBay. So apologies. You'll find McClellan Christmas Cheer blends, tins, go for a pretty penny on eBay or on different sites. And to each his own. Let me say that first. But guys, let me encourage you. If you don't have this real expansive financial capability to spend a lot of money on tobacco, and you're really having to pick which tobaccos you buy, don't buy McClellan blends. I really encourage you not to. I'm smoking right now, and it's really wonderful. It really is. Uh, but there are fantastic blends out there, wonderful blends that are available that you don't have to search down, that you don't have to wait for, that you don't have to spend 3, 4, 5, 6 times the amount of a normal tin of tobacco. And I encourage you to go after those, um, especially if you don't have a lot of money. So let me, really take that in consideration because I see guys who spend a lot of money on getting a, and I would too. Don't get me wrong. I don't think there's any problem with getting, if you find for a decent deal, someone selling some Christmas cheer or what have you, or Old Dog or Across the Pond or whatever McClellan blend we want to bring up. But I really would just look at the blends that are readily available. Keith, what is the oldest tin of Maltese Falcon we can mail to you? Oh, to review. Well, man, I really appreciate that. I think I have a, what's this one here? Well, I think I have a 2019, so you don't have to feel obligated to that, but I do have a 2019. But here's the deal. I don't know if there would really be a distinction in the in the in the blend, being that it's an English blend. They're not ones to exactly really change in a significant way with age, but it can. Robert, what makes an English blend an English blend? Is it the Latakia? Basically, yeah. Basically, there's a bit of controversy on this because what's a Balkan blend, what's an English blend? There's articles written about it. GLPs actually has one of the best articles written about this, and you'll have to search it. But an English blend basically has Latakia. It's usually Virginia, Oriental, or Turkish, and Latakia, and usually doesn't have much of a topping, um, or casing. Most blends have casings, whether you realize it or not. But it's basically those three. Of course, people will add a Perique. So I have Chelsea Morning. It has Perique in it, but it's still a English blend. But the three predominant blends or blend components is Virginia, Turkish, and Latakia, with emphasis on the Latakia. So that is really what an English blend is. X5494. Where do you find blends that are unavailable now? Uh, you can look on eBay. Some there, though. I think eBay kind of crashed, or kind of hit the consignment shop of tins, reselling of pipe tobacco. So I don't know how much luck you'll have there. But if you look at Pipe Stud, it's a pipestud.com. I actually met him at the Texas Pipe Show this year, and he's actually not far from me. But check out Pipe Stud, and he will sell consignment tins, so tins that are older. And then I think if you look at what um, Four Noggins has some you can buy. I'm sure someone in the comments here can make another suggestion as well. But I would recommend Pipe Stud, and really, a really nice guy. I got to sit with him and talk a good bit while we were before and while we were doing the pipe smoking competition, slow smoke competition. Really nice guy. His name's escaping me at the moment. But be careful on just what you spend. I would say, my personal opinion on what you spend on consignment blends. I will tell you though, one blend that I would spend a lot of money on. So back in, I believe, 2001, 2002, somewhere around there, maybe 2000. So somewhere in the early 2000s, right there. Greg Pease made some blends, I believe, for the Chicago Pipe Show, and only released them there. I think it was about 300 tins each, and they're Lord of the Rings themed blends. Only here he did them, only did 300 tins, and that was that. Occasionally, I've seen some of them available on consignment shops, selling pipe tobacco, and I almost bought one for about $60, and I think it was called Shelob's Lair. So there's one based off of different characters of Lord of the Rings. You got Gandalf, Aragorn. I think there's just Wizard's Pipeweed. Something over the Hobbit. Something over Golem. And Shelob was if you watch the movies, at least Shelob's the spider. Almost purchased it. I would love to get my hands on that because I love Gregory Peace blends and I love Lord of the Rings. I'd probably spend a bit of money on that, but that's about it. I don't think I'd spend any money on a McClellan blend or anything myself. Southern Piper, he says to Pipe Tobacco Market on Facebook. So check that out, guy. Steve Fallon, Ron, thank you for that. Steve, that's the name. I was trying to remember his name. Yeah, Steve's a great guy. But I will probably be giving away the rest of my Christmas cheer for the March Madness tobacco tournament. So if you're new to my channel, this year, I did a March Madness tobacco tournament. It was really fun. I gave away a good bit of tobacco, and this year, even more giveaways lined up. I think it will be bigger. I think it's going to be better, and yeah. So be aware of that. That's going to be in March. I want to have some information come February on what that's going to look like. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good giveaway. I don't know all the giveaways that have been done in the YTPC, so I'm going to say this with caution because I could be wrong. I think the giveaway I'll do for the March Madness, because I'm getting some help from the outside, I believe, may be one of the biggest giveaways done in the YTPC for the March Madness tournament. So Bag End, Keith uses Bag End by Country Squire is a nice Lord of the Rings theme. It is. I have some Bag End. I don't have any more of every blend now, but I tried all the blends. I reviewed them. I enjoyed Bag End. I'm not a big aromatic guy, but it's a quality blend. I enjoy it. I do recommend all of the Lord of the Ring blends from the Country Squire. In fact, I've been meaning to try a bit more Country Squire blends. I'm hoping to make a road trip that way in the coming months. Robert asks, if I bought that $60 tin, would I smoke it though? Nope. I would not smoke it. If I bought the Lord of the Rings themed GLP's blend, I would not smoke it. I would just have it setting out. I would never open it. I'd be tempting, but oh man, I just don't think I could. I don't think I could. It'd be tempting. Marcel says, I've been wanting to try figgy pudding. Yeah, you and me both. And then what is the other one? Cordial something. That's his other Christmassy blend. Let's see, it's 8:52. Cordial Friends. There you go, Marcel. Cordial Friends. Yeah, I've been wanting to try that one as well. Midwest Pipe Smoker says, I just ordered my dad some figgy pudding for Christmas. Hey, there you go. That's a nice gift. I wish my kids would order me some figgy pudding for Christmas or pipe tobacco for Christmas. Maybe one day they would. So my boy, was it last year? My oldest son, he made me. This is out of oak, and he made me this little pipe. out of a stick that looked just like a pipe, has a pipe shape. Uh, so yeah, he was proud of that, and I did try to smoke out of it once, and uh, it wasn't ideal, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a cool little thing that will stick with me. Um, Probably got about 5 more minutes for me, guys, just FYI. Yeah, exactly. Life Whale says, "Cool pipe created by your son." Yeah, it was neat. He's about 9 years old. He was 8, 7 or 8 when he made it. So he took a drill and drilled through it. And hey, maybe he's gonna become a pipe maker. That would be awesome. But he did it. It's a really cool little piece. I look, it's something to treasure. Southern Piper, he makes the comment that he paid 35 for a tin of Dunhill Royal Yacht from 2015 before they got out. Not sure if you ever smoke it. Man, there you go. That's I got to tell you, I've tried Royal Yacht. It's not my cup of tea, but uh, just because it's Dunhill, that's worth it. I do have an unopened tin of London mixture that I'm pretty ecstatic about, and I still have a good bit of London mixture put away. In London, I've talked about London mixture before. It was a blend I almost threw away when I first tried it. I thought it went bad. It was one of the first English blends I ever tried, and when I smoked it, and I didn't know anything about Dunhill. Dunhill didn't mean anything to me. It could have been a cheapo blend for or a brand for all I knew. But I tried it and I thought, this is bad tobacco. It must have went bad, and I almost dumped it in the trash. But I thought, no, surely it's not bad. And I eventually fell in love with London mixture. So there you have it. Keith says, buy your son a lathe now. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea, would it? Um, Over a pipe. Seems that there's been an increased interest in crossover blends like Northwoods, American Patriot by Zeri Meerschaum, Esoterica Pembroke. Uh, yeah, do you think this is a Frogmorton cellar withdrawal? Maybe. I've tried 2 of those. I tried American Patriot. I still have some. I smoked all of my Boswell Northwoods. But with that said, that the aromatic English blend type is just not for my cup of tea. They're okay. I actually have Pembroke. I smoked some Pembroke not long ago with a friend. It's fine. I don't think a whole lot of it, but to each his own, right? It's all relative. But it could be. I think folks have. I'll be honest. I have some Frogmorton cellar in in my. I have some Frogmorton cellar in my cellar. Um, Oof. I don't want to offend people. I think let me say it this way. I think there's some rose-colored glasses on some of the Frogmorton blends. Let me go back to the statement I made earlier. If you're hearing a lot about the Frogmorton blends and you think you got to put money down to get yourself some Frogmorton blends to experience it, I want to encourage you not to do that. I'll just keep it there because I might really. Some people get really feisty over McClellan blends, and I don't want to jump on that. Uh, Jared, you said my favorite is still plum pudding, special reserve plug. That's one I haven't tried. I do have their special reserve flake. I haven't smoked a lot of it. I do want to review it though, so I want to keep some comments to myself overall. But I've enjoyed it so far. Uh, Keith Bloom says he has some Dunhill Durbar. I do too. It's not in an unopened tin. Uh, Keith, you said why they haven't released it under Peterson. I've wondered that. I don't know if Peterson's going has the rights to like London Mixture or to Durbar. I'm wondering if they're releasing them later, but maybe they don't have the rights. I don't know. Midwest Pipe Smoker says I have some Esoterica Woodridge that I picked up, but I haven't opened. Uh, yeah, I don't know anything about that one. That's not one I've tried. Ron says it's a nice aromatic. Bitcoin is a scam. You know that Glum Chum Piper dude? I don't know him. I think I've seen his. I think I've seen him on Instagram, maybe. Midwest Pipe Smoker, five. Frog Morton Cellar was just okay. So that's my opinion. Take it for what you will. I still have some left, and I can go back to it and try it. But I think it was just fine. I think when things go by us, don't we do this? We look at yesteryears. We look at things, you know, things that aren't here anymore, and we look at them with rose-colored glasses. And I think we're doing that with Frog Morton. McClellan made wonderful, wonderful blends. There's no denying that, but that's my opinion. Midwest, you sent me Durbar. That's right. It was you, wasn't it? Thank you for that, brother. I'm grateful for that. Yeah. Uh, I forget who sends me what, and I'm starting to write down names because I feel bad that I don't remember. But yeah, you did. I still have some left. I smoke it every once in a while, just to have something different. But I hate to lose it all. Lifewell, I just tried Solana aged Burley Flake. What do you think of it? Uh, I haven't smoked in some time because I'm always smoking things to review. I have a couple of tins in my cellar I want to open, but I reviewed it last year, and I love Solani aged Burley Flake. There's a reason it has a good. It's one of my favorite Burley Flakes. I love that blend. Southern Piper, we're all nostalgic on some level in this hobby, aren't we? And let me say, I'm not throwing shade or anything. I'm a very nostalgic person. I will keep things that are nonsense because of nostalgia. So if anyone out there's like that, there let me tell you, I'm just the same. In Southern Piper, you're right. We are all like that. I think to some degree, we are nostalgic. London mixture. I'm talking about Dunhill London mixture like it's an amazing thing. I'm sure it's not as amazing as I'm making it out to be, but to me, it's amazing because of my history with it. Uh, I'll always treasure it, and in my mind, it's a fabulous blend. But it may not be an outstanding blend compared to other things out there. Well, did anyone hit some sales for Christmas? You know, pipe sales, tobacco, anything major? I got some early on during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, kind of around there, and I hit the amount of I could spend on tobacco, except at Country Squire. They had a special sale, not a sale, but like they got in some esoterica blends, and I went ahead and bought a couple of bags. That'll probably be it on my esoterica purchases. So I'm done for the year. Pamli- Pamlico Piper. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Uh, Frog Morton Cellar was one of your favorites. You still have a couple bowls left, but you've discovered other blends you like more since then. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. I think they're wonderful, but I think there's been good replacements for it. Uh, I picked up some Briarworks Bacon Old Fashioned, and it is a favorite. That's good to know. Tweak 87. That's good to know. I picked up some of the Southern. Hold on. So this is a review coming up. Back Down South by Briarworks. I'm going to keep my comments to myself. This is coming out as a review in the near future, and I'm looking to try some other Briarwork blends. Ron, you stocked up on St. Bruno. Man, I've been wanting to get some St. Bruno, and I actually was going to recently, and they're out of stock. So good on you for picking some up. Keith, you've been hitting Cornell and Dill Epiphany pretty hard. I need to try it. That's one I haven't tried, and that's one that has a good reputation too. Jared, you picked up some bags of Penzance and Margate. Jared, did you get that from Country Squire? I'm just curious. And good on you nonetheless. Over a pipe, you got a tin of Dorchester and an 8-ounce bag of Dorchester and an 8-ounce bag of Stonehaven. Good on you. I also got an 8-ounce of Dorchester. I tried to get Stonehaven on Country Squire, but their site was haywire because everyone was getting it. And I got it in my cart, and then it froze. The site froze, or I was knocked out of it. and I lost it. But hey, that's how it goes, isn't it? Picked up Southern Piper. You picked up Kringle Flake and bought entirely too much Roswell's Christmas cookie. That's one I need to try. I've heard good things about Boswell's Christmas cookie. Keith, a pound of Rougarou. That's new to me, man. Pipe smoker. I just nailed down 2 ounces of Stonehaven and a tin of Germain Royal Jersey Latakia mixture. You're a happy man. I agree with you. Jared, you got them from your local pipe shop. Good on you. Forever Whereafter. This year I bought a Savinelli St. Nicholas Christmas pipe. Hey, I'm a fan. I bought one too. It's up on my. Y'all probably seen it in some videos. I like it. Just another pipe smoker. I managed to snag Peterson 4AB pipe when they did that limited release on smoking pipes. Oh, that I know what you're talking about. That's good. Midwest, you picked up some Rainier Long Golden Flake. Man, I've been looking at that one as well. Robert, I bought a Savinelli. My local brick and mortar store had 20% off. That's awesome. Brad, or a B. Conrad, the Watch City Rougarou. Forgive me, I'm mispronouncing that. It's a grade. I was able to get a pound of it. That's good to know. I'll have to check that out. Over a pipe, you used to watch out for the drops, but work keeps you busy. Yeah, that's me. I just can't keep up with the drops. The Country Squire, they made some aware of it, and I was able to get me some. Balkan Sobrani, Lifewell, Watch City Cigar, Rougarou. Keith, I'll get your address and send you some. Oh man, that's kind of you. Man, thank you so much. I would love to try that. Just get a sample to know more about that. Over a pipe, Mike from Buyer Blues bought me a J. Moulton custom pipe during the charity. Good on you. Wisconsin Woodsman, Dan, man, I'm glad you jumped on. I mentioned your valet earlier, so thank you, brother, for that. I'm using it. As you can see, there's some in there, and you did a great job, my friend. Jared, you love my discussion with T. Desmond Alexander. He's one of my favorite Old Testament scholars. He's fabulous. He is a kind guy. Time's running late, so I can't get into it, but we had a conversation after recording, and he's a wonderful individual, and his work on Old Testament is fantastic. I've really benefited from him. So, guys, I need to jump off because it's late, and I got a busy week ahead of me. I got to clean some stuff up, probably get some reading done tonight. So, thank y'all for jumping on. I really want to stay on later because I know a lot of y'all are just jumping on now. That's what stinks about this. So I apologize. I'll do this again January. So yeah, thank y'all so much. It's fun to be able to chat with you, and we may not be in person, but this is the next best thing, I think. So I hope y'all have a good Merry Christmas. I'm grateful for y'all. It's fun to have these chats and release videos and hear back from you. And I love all of that about the YTPC. And so if you have questions or comments, you can always email me. I always leave them below my videos. And I try to get back to most folks. So bear that in mind. But yeah, until then, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Have a good week. And we'll talk to y'all soon. All right. Y'all have a good night.